Huh? Hold on, checking something. Wow. If y'all hear Palworld noise, I want y'all to know that my game audio is set to pick up Oblivion, and OBS is still picking up Palworld, which is honestly awesome. That's pretty cool. All things considered, that's pretty cool. Alright. Checking if we're live. Seems that we are, which is good. Y'all let me know. Chat, y'all let me know. It be your own man's, can't hear the game? Well, the game's just down right now. Like, I can see that the audio is coming through in OBS. I'll show you that. Shit. Right here. Or I guess you can't really see it, but the second one where it says A game, that's the audio coming through, and that's not Oblivion audio, so... Obviously, it's really quiet right now, because I prefer to have Palworld really quiet. We might just go to the... the grenade... the nades tests. Can hear you just fine, that's fair. I thought you could set this to be, like, turned off. Where's that at? Can hear power now, so all good. Fair, fair. Huh. Hold on. What's the early game glider? Like, what are they called again? Kilimari? Next, we'll, Ooh, it's been a minute since I've played this game. We'll go to the starter hill. Good old classic starter hill. Go ahead and get rid of all this. We're not gonna need it. We might keep the food, just so our character doesn't get hungry. Might get like a different hat or something. But I want to test all the gliders, you know? Yeah, Kilimari Gale Claw hang you. Should have kept that damn knife. So I could get rid of these guys real quick. Is it called a knife? No. Butcher? No. Blade? I'm just gonna look for it. It's right there. Meat cleaver. Okay, whatever. All the godfin that had followed us. No. It almost looks like I saved that last one after butchering them. That'd be crazy. You could bring it back mid-animation. Oh, I'm not meaning to drop these. Fuck. Meaning to discard them. Okay. Okay. I want to test all the different gliders. So what's on the agenda for the stream today? Hold on. Celery! We forgot celery, dude. We'll test them as well. Today we're just, testing these real quick so I can make a video of it later. Do we seriously only have 3 gliders? I don't believe that. And there one kind of here in the early game? Parachute, okay. Parachute. Okay, so parachute and glider. Okay, fine. Fine. And see if the tech works. Yeah, that's a big deal too. Let me grab a grappling gun. Alright, so... Parachute... Glider... And... grapple gun. I could be tempted to put the graduation cap on. Yeah, we need a reason to use these grass grenades on the next tower boss. But anyway. I think we're good now. Alright, the parachute's already equipped, but I'm gonna kind of start the video idea like this. Alright, so... I've got one of every glider. I've got the best grapple hook. Let me get our pals. So we'll start with Celery. Should we... Does rank affect how good their gliding ability is? You know, like if they're condensed together? We might honestly test that too. So, pain, and then 10. So we'll start with Celery. Actually, shit. Without the tech, I think it does. Yeah, if they have the glide ability, it does. Okay, well, I'm gonna use the best potential one, I guess. Gotta get the meat cleaver again. Meat. Meat. I'm gonna keep the meat cleaver, because it's obviously... we're gonna need it. Okay, I don't know which one of you is which, so I'm just gonna... kill one. Ooh. Yeah, we'll keep the one with the best potential, which is level 5. Alright. I have a Celery and a parachute. And let's try the tech. Alright, the tech still works. The parachute is kind of blue and yellow, which is cute. I don't think that's how it normally looks. I mean, we're going pretty far. We're going pretty fast. For it being a Celery, you know, like we're descending very slowly. Of course, I've got basically max stamina right now, too. It does appear that we probably are gonna make it to the tower. We're descending pretty quickly now. Yeah, so we barely don't make it to the tower. And of course, I kind of zigzagged a little bit. You know, it's not an exact test, but I mean, pretty interesting, all things considered. All right, so we tried it with the parachute. Try the Giga Glider next. Giga or Hyper? Because we have the Mega Glider, too. Like, should I just do the shittiest one and then the best one, basically? Hey, there was a lot of setup here, having to grab everything. And guys, of course, chat is not showing up in the multi-chat, so whatever I see right above me is all I can see. I'll tell you what, it's taking a while to show up above me, too. I see that Asej already said something. I don't think glider matters that much with the tech. Oh, true. Okay, so, damn, I hate that it's about to be nighttime. So, regular gliding. You know what? I'll make... That's how we'll do it. That's how we'll test it. We'll, start from here and just make our way straight towards the tower. And we'll do both a regular glide and the tech glide. So, we'll start from right here. This will be our start point towards the tower. Kinda like that. Trying to get it as exact as I can. And we'll just see how far we can go with both. Obviously, I'm going to stay aimed at the tower as best I can. I'm holding forward. And yeah, we basically make it to the water right here. On Celery. I do hate that it just became nighttime. You know what? We're gonna wait a minute. The next test would be the tech on flat ground. Like I said, I'm just gonna do everything towards the tower from right here. But I do agree, I have to basically aim for that spot. And obviously it's not going to be a perfect tech every, it's not going to be a perfect tech every time. Make a bed and sleep. I mean, that's so much work. Like, this isn't like a regular file. I don't even have the bed right now, I don't think. That's a lot of scrolling, dude. Like, I don't even have wood, you know? I'll tell you what. We'll do this. We'll just put it, like, back here somewhere. I'll give myself wood. So, what all do you need for the bed? Wood and what? I don't know, like 100 wood? Probably enough. Fiber and wool. Y'all don't let me forget fiber and wool. Fiber. I think it was 5 or 1. I'm just gonna give myself 5 of both. Wool. Because that would be a lot of unnecessary waiting. Okay. Need this daydream to fuck off. Alright. Sure. Whew. I'm actually surprised you can build a bed, like, not on a base, if I'm gonna be honest. Spawn in a bed and some building stuff. Alright. It's done! Alright, so... I want this during the daytime, so I'm just gonna do like that. Alright, so this is a test. No tech. No grapple glider tech. We're just moving straight forward, at least as straight as I can keep it, towards the tower with Celeray. Alright, so we landed in the water right there, basically towards the end of the starter hill. And that was with a normal parachute, not doing the tech. So next we will test Celeray with the tech. With a normal parachute. It's actually going to be a lot of tests. Alright, to keep things fair, we're going to basically launch off from right here. Going to try to make this the normal. I mean, not bad. You know, for a Celeray, this is pretty good. It's looking like we might actually pass the tower. Okay. Yep. So we got about here, in this red forest area, not too far from the, I think, the Desolate Church. So not bad, using the tech. With a normal parachute now, I don't know if a different parachute will affect it differently. I should have marked those on the map. Oh well. So next, we're going to test it with a really good parachute. We're going to test it with the best parachute. Just going to get rid of all this excess wood. Alright. Good parachute, Celeray. Let's go. It's looking to be about the same. Yeah, I think it's about the same. I think it just takes on the properties of Celeray. But we'll test it with the tech as well. Yeah, basically the exact same. Yeah, I think the glider takes on the properties of the PAL. Alright, we were about like this before, I think. So you need a glider item for Celery Glider to work. Also, did you test the glider with no PAL? I'm about to test that next. Yeah, so obviously I might not have done the tech perfectly well, but we know that it's basically the same. At least we can do the tech, so it isn't all that bad. I agree. I agree. It just takes away the personality a little bit, you know? Like, I guess the glider became the color of the PAL. I'd like to test it with other PALs, too. Like, they're definitely trying to preserve the personality of it, you know? Alright, so just for shits and giggles, we're also gonna do a test of this glider without Celery, which it's a lot slower, and it maintained basic design. So yeah, the Celery definitely does something. Here's a thought: does a speed passive PAL pass on the speed stats to the glider, or is it purely just a PAL ability? That's a good question too. Um, I think the only thing that changed is having the PAL above you. It's sad that it's that way. I'm gonna miss my glider pals. Right? I don't think the speed stats on pals affect glide speed, only condensing them. Well, that's why we're using fully condensed pals. That being said, you know I have to test Hangyu. I have to. Um, it's downtrodden. Alright. You know I gotta know. I gotta know. Fully condensed Hangyu will raise you high. What's the testing about? I have a Hangyu in my party, and my glider is coming out. That's what we're testing. Slow as balls, but you go high. I mean, we both know that with the tech, though, that this is broken. Being able to move up while gliding is totally broken. But yeah, I have a Hangyu in my party, and our glider takes on the appearance and the characteristics of Hangyu, but Hangyu no longer comes out. So of course, I will be testing the tech. I love Hangyu, dude. Weep wop, weep wop, weep wop. Is this a glitch then, or on purpose for the game now? Palworld had to change it due to the lawsuit. That's right. This is lawsuit shenanigans right here. It's a sad time. So yeah, notice that our pinkish purple glider took on the characteristics of Hangyu, being kind of, you know, a tan and red color. Why the hell is that a feature of the lawsuit? But yeah, Hangyu plus tech equals busted always. Hangyu will survive, just not how I would like. I do want to see Hangyu Christ as well. Oh, I'm so sorry about what I'm about to do. Oh, this one likes the fuck. Alright, yeah, I want to see what the glider looks like for this one. It's due to Braviary Glider and Legends Arceus being similar. Okay, I do like the Hangyu Christ glider. Like, the Hangyu Christ glider is kind of clean with the lavender with the dark, you know, bluish purple. I do like the Hangyu Christ glider. You know, as far as a redesign is concerned. Yet many other games that did it before Nintendo. So that's BS. I agreed. I completely agreed. Like, this kind of changes things, you know. Before I was like, you know, whatever, you know, we can't throw pals anymore. It kind of changes the game a bit, but, you know, not so much that it's unplayable or so different that I don't enjoy Palworld anymore, but it definitely... They went after Hangyu, dude. You can't just go after Hangyu. Can't do that to us. I think that they change glider colors and styles. Palworld always does things right. Oh yeah, I'd like to see the other two, Kilimari and Galeclaw. So let's see. Oh, that one's nice. The purple with the pink? Dude, the purple with the pink is kind of snazzy. I like that. I really like the tarp texture, too. It looks like a tarp. Or maybe like a pair of jeans, but a lot closer to a tarp. They haven't had a single original thought in decades talking about Pokemon. I guess Kilimari's better than Celeray as well. My only glider was Kilimari and your random pals. Nice. I was about to say when we were doing random pals, I hunted down Hangyu, you know? I had to. I do like the Kilimari though. Like the Kilimari glider is nice. I mean, all the gliders are nice, you know? I think the Celeray one's kind of mid, to be honest, but that's just me. You know, it's just kind of blue on yellow, or yellow on blue. But let's see what the Gale... I bet the Gale Claw one is freaking cool, dude. Sorry. So many buttons to press. That one's lame. Why is it this brown? I mean, I guess the wings are brown or whatever, but... Y'all hear it? We're not gonna catch it, but I hear it. Almost sounds like it's over there. Oh. There's a Cremis. Lucky Cremis. Here in our tests. One-handed. One-handed and use weapons too. I just didn't have any weapons equipped, but yeah. You could still fire guns. With your Gale Claw stuff, but it looks lame as fuck. Just it being brown. Not a big fan of the brown. Like, what's Gale Claw look like again? They could have done so much more with the Gale Claw glider, I feel like. I mean, it's not brown, it's kind of like a wooden red kind of color. Like a brown, red, wooden kind of color, if you will. But still. Ugly red-brown. I figured it would have been, like, white and blue. Yeah. I figured it would have been, like, it would have incorporated the white. I don't know. It really could have went either way. They should have done, like... Maybe it should have been brown and, you know, that brownish red and blue. Or brownish red and white, not just... brownish red and tan, you know? But I mean, I guess that concludes our experiments. We found out that, you know, the PALs affect the gliders now. If you have the gliding PALs and you have their gloves, the PALs affect the gliding. And the PALs, the characteristics of what we originally experienced using these PALs as gliders has now become the characteristics of the gliders themselves, including their design. And which is, you know, a neat way to kind of get around what the Pokemon Company is doing, but I'm still so sad that Hangyu will not be coming out above me anymore. Test if you can glide without a glider equipped. No. Can't. I have the Gale Claw gloves. I'm furious. I'm gonna make a video out of this later. I was gonna release something else today, but honestly, it needs a little more work, so I don't mind pushing it off. You know, just, I have to adapt. You know, stuff keeps coming up in my schedule. Stuff keeps popping in, moving my schedule around for how I want to do videos, but that's okay. You know, it's not a huge deal. I'm probably gonna end this stream and like literally like within 5 minutes, probably like start a cup of coffee, set up the next stream, which, you know, we're just gonna go back to playing Oblivion. Like I said, that might be in like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm very happy that even though my OBS is set to record Oblivion, it apparently was able to pick up Palworld's audio without me having to change anything, which was nice. I wish OBS would do that more often. But yeah, big sad that I can't use Hangyu anymore, but it be like that. I'm still gonna be playing Palworld on the channel, just kind of waiting on the next major update. I know I still have to get those grenade videos out. Honestly, I might push one of those out instead of what I was gonna push out. I was gonna push out a Trump video, you know, RimWorld versus Trump video today. But, Anyway, like I said, we'll be right back. Just look out for the Oblivion stream here in like 5 to 10 minutes. Y'all have a damn good one.